Hey everyone, we're going to be streaming the 4-player chess world championship prelims, bracket number 3 in the old setup. This is solo. The time control is 1 minute with a 7-second increment. Let me back up to start. So first of all, playing in this bracket are Rohito, who's the highest rated at 3,300, Pro Master 2006, Carlos Gabriel, and Night Love Raver. So Night Love Raver, excited to get in the mix. This is semi-anonymous, so we know the players, but we don't know who is who. Everyone playing principal team openings. So queen trade offered, and yellow gets an extra knight in the mix. So this is where we are at. We're caught up to the live position. So I think red wanted yellow to make a threat, but it didn't happen. Well, I guess the queen is over here, so it's not as much of a threat. I'm not sure what this move is about then. If the king was here on n6, on n8, this pawn move would have made more sense. There would have been ways for yellow to tempo green. But as it is, I don't really understand this move because it weakens red's structure a little bit. Red does not have a good structure. Blue has already taken the d4 square. So red is going to have a sad time on both flanks. In the meantime, blue potentially setting up a good structure. Maybe not with this move. So the rook over here suggests that he's not going to get the king over here. Maybe no one will have a good structure. Green could potentially have a good structure. Yellow has already took a knight with his flank pawn. Yellow will not have a good structure. Yeah, no one cares about their structures. Hey, Luke. Luke, if you want to join me in commentary, I'm in the Streamer's Lounge. Or Grathy Ben if he's watching. I'm not sure if anyone else is going to stream this. Grathy Ben joined me last time, and Jonas was, of course, streaming on his own. Okay, so yellow trying to lock green out and potentially develop his bishop. Can red do anything here? I don't really see a way for red to exploit this. These pieces are just far away from blue. Green's time is very, very low though. Okay. The check on red doesn't do very much. What is the point of this move? I mean, obviously you can't push your pawn ever anymore, but... Okay, the green queen is tempoed. Again, this doesn't lead to checks, but could potentially lead to a rook. Bishop takes bishop is possible. Sorry, bishop takes pawn is possible. I think that's a better try here. If I were yellow... Well, actually, no. Blue defends that, so it's not a good move anymore. As blue can just play rook takes. Yeah, what do you do if you're yellow? Maybe you undermine this pawn? Oh, okay. Hey, that's a free pawn. Makes sense. Yellow is actually defending this knight. Although blue could harass yellow. This pawn is a little bit loose. Maybe... Okay, he's just going to push the pawn. One way of dealing with the threat. So potentially, okay, we're gonna see the yellow queen tempoed, I assume. Red can't do very much to help. So I guess yellow could potentially retreat, cover the knight some more. But we could see green take this pawn. So looking a little bit rough for yellow. Yellow was trying to help red out here and didn't really lead to anything. Green's time is not so hot, but he's living on the increment. Blue very comfortable on time. Blue arrow in this move here. He's played it. Justin Davis says, go Night Love Raver. Yeah, we see Night Love Raver often watching the stream. Back when I played 4-player chess, he was in a lot of the games I played. So yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Night Love Raver. But Rojito is by far the favorite. So what happened here? So he was assuming red would get in the way, I guess? It seems like yellow just blundered a queen for seemingly nothing. So red, blue, far ahead. I like this move, threatening a check on yellow. And then blue can take some stuff. Oh, okay, blue going for the knight. Makes sense. I kind of, well, actually, yeah. Bishop out here can make it. Now bishop out here makes sense. I think if you're green, you want to develop, make some threats. Okay, defending if blue chooses to take, but I think there's better. Okay, well at least that's a rook for blue. I think blue still grabs that rook. I don't really see a mate threat for blue. At least yet. Green just gonna eat all the yellow pieces. Red looking to promote while they're all distracted. Blue still has the possibility of having a safe king by pushing this pawn, running the king over, or something like that, but green structure not so hot. That's the promotion threat. I think you have to take that seriously if you're green. Okay, yeah, taking it. Probably the easier way of dealing with that. Red yellow getting absolutely destroyed. I agree, lost chess. Red seems to be forcing trades with green. Not sure exactly why. Maybe he wants to get this pawn protected by the rook. Maybe he's just keeping green busy, hoping yellow does something, but not much yellow can do. I mean, it's blue that really needs to be distracted. That's check. And you win the knight too. I wonder if red can snipe a mate someday. I mean, not immediately, but maybe in the future. No. Yellow should try to win the queen and hope that red distracts green for a few moves. That's basically yellow's only chance of getting in the game here. You want this square for your knight. For green moving out of the check. Wisely. You could threaten like a discovery here, which could be fun. But red probably is not going to try to save yellow at this point. He doesn't want to compromise his position because he knows yellow's going to die anyway. Interesting. So red gets the mate if he wants it, which he should take it, I think. Not much else left for him to do. Now red is caught up on points. Green can take the rook, obviously, and after that, green's pretty close on points too. Red's position doesn't look so hot. Red at least making a threat on this bishop, but red doesn't have very many pieces left, so does he really want to take that? Green might as well take this pawn. Oh, whoa. I'm very surprised that red took that one. Maybe he's hoping to distract green. Okay. This can be taken. And blue just wants to let that red pawn die, apparently. There's a check here. But that just helps blue. Alright, that's a queen. So green has been weakened a bit. Justin Davis said rather keep the rook than get the mate. Yeah, maybe. It was a tough situation because red is sandwiched and was far behind on points and material. I mean, for sure I wouldn't have sacked a queen for a mate, but a rook for a mate was somewhat reasonable there. Any guesses on who is who? I'm assuming Rojito has to be one of green or blue. Don't know which though. So the material has roughly equalized. Blue down a rook, but has the most advanced pawn. Blue also has the most points. So yeah, blue has good promotion paths. No one has a perfectly safe king, but these kings are moderately safe. At least have some protection. A lot of pawns left. Going to be a long 3-player stage, I imagine. So green, unfortunately, has two different... I guess they're not pawn islands, because it's not more than one pawn, but... Forget what the chess terminology is. But two different sets of pawns. Does blue have all of his pawns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blue has all of his pawns. That's amazing. And red and green each have 6 pawns. This is going to be all about pushing pawns for a while. Green trying to block the blue onslaught for at least a little bit. Green has to worry about this pawn here falling if he ever moves the king away. Ooh, green sacks to weaken red's position. Also get some valuable points to try to catch up with blue. That makes a lot of sense as far as maintain and balance. Now they each have 2 pieces. Red has better pieces. Red has a bishop and rook. But blue has more pawns. Oh, Ostre Meg saying in the chat that he wasn't home, so he couldn't play his qualifier. Or not the qualifier, his prelim. He's wondering if he can sub in if one of the players isn't online. I don't think that's how it would work, but I'm not sure. I think usually it goes... Usually Luke looks at the arena that was qualified from and sees if any of the next few people from that arena are around. But we'll see. I'm assuming everyone will show up for the last bracket. We'll see how it turns out. So red trying to roll some pawns to promotion. But these squares are being challenged by blue. Green just biding his time. He wants to let the other two fight it out, weaken each other a little bit. Eventually, maybe red can pick off this green pawn. Well, not anymore, because this square is covered. Can blue full send over here since all the other pieces are far away? Not sure. This rook could spring into action at any point. Oh, watch out for a fork. Gotta be careful. But how are you careful? If you go up here, like this could happen. You have to go this way? Or even king up? No, you can't go king up. Okay. Just gonna allow a check by blue. Green can't really do much to exploit it anyway. But this knight can certainly dance around. Blue is highlighting some squares. Does that give some insight into who blue is? By the way, this pawn is loose. Or no, it's not loose, I'm sorry. Bishop defends. I'm blind. Looks like green is sending a pawn. Austri Meg saying he'll play again in the new standard World 4-Player Chess Championship, which will take place immediately following the finals for this. I'll start with the qualifiers. The format's a little bit different for the new standard. First of all, the time control is going to start off with some increment. Second of all, some people are going to qualify just based on their leaderboard position, and others can qualify through arenas. That's my understanding, at least. Yeah, this did turn out okay for red. That's a good point, Justin Davis. Lost Chess thinks that Knight Love Raver is green. Okay, interesting theory. Oh, blue pawn has fallen. So this knight moved too far away. And he can't quite pick off all these pawns because the bishop defends, at least for now. But this might be an opportunity with green going after blue. Maybe red can go after blue at the same time. Threatening a check. So what do you do if you're blue? If he comes out here away from the checks, then this pawn might fall. Okay, his most advanced pawn has fallen. That's pretty terrible for blue. Opens up the door for green promotions. So maybe you could come undermine this pawn here. I don't like this knight move. It seems to block your promotion path. I'm not sure why the knight is coming here. I don't see any ways to keep this pawn chain from falling. Your knights are too far away. You don't have other active pieces. This is a promotion threat, though. And he walks into a check. That's a very strange move from blue. Is it a mouse slip? So there's threats. I don't think this is something red should do, because you don't want to accidentally give green a mate. But, yeah, in fact, that would be like immediate mate. But still, oh, okay. Taking a green pawn. Red threatening to promote. And now he can promote because green is busy. Red has a pretty safe king. The others are vulnerable to checks. Okay, I would bring the queen back here, defend the pawn, and also attack this pawn chain. Don't like that. Maybe it's okay, but not sure what the point is. Like, before your rook was defended, now this rook is potentially loose. Like green going for promotions. Green should be the threat that red is worried about. About time started checking green. And by the way, the rook is covering this pawn. Queen's covering right now, but you get this queen to move away, you can pick off the pawn. Blue taking advantage of the opportunity. Maybe just takes. Weaken red a little bit. Threaten promotion. If green somehow distracts red, though I don't see how he will. Short of threatening a queen trick. I guess he could threaten this. He could threaten the 1-point queen. That's kind of odd, I think. Whoa, really? Okay, yeah, I guess it's defended. That's reasonable. Everyone's just pushing pawns. Okay. Well, what? That kind of falls to green. He's hoping green won't take it. Uh, if green's too more worried about red, this pawn could fall though. Okay, blue wants to pressure red, it looks like. This would be mate. So he has to come up here. Ooh, wow, that's spicy. Okay. Supported by green. Puts a lot of trust in green. Green defending his pawn. Blue has a double attack on this other pawn, but are we gonna see this cemented somehow? Okay. If you're green, you should think about ways to snipe the mate. The mate blue. But green also would like to see these pawns fall. Still, the red doesn't have a good check on green. Blue could check. Nah, it's not a good check either. Green could take, red could take. Oh, that's a mate threat. How do you defend that? You might have to walk out. Okay, bishop back is a possibility. That's true. Or even queen back. No, not there, because then it could be taken. Yeah, bishop back, reasonable. Now, can you come? Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't quite see mates here. If this queen weren't here, then you could come here and then cut off, but tough. Throw in a check. If green takes, you can take back. Maybe he's just going to promote. I guess he defends against the promotion. Blue defends. Green could keep just pushing pawns. These pawns here could roll. Looks like Jonas is not streaming and Luke isn't streaming, so I'm still the only one. A little weird. Okay, so what happened? We got a check on green. Blue just going for more safety. Oh, this is a scary diagonal. So maybe, I mean, of course he wants to promote someday, but he also could just try to get on this diagonal. That might force green to like push a pawn. Oh, okay. Moving his rook to a better position. I don't think blue wants to sack there. What's the idea? Pin maybe. Still targeting that pawn. Okay, green defensive pawn. So you might sneak in this thread again. I don't think they want to trade. Can you promote? Maybe get rid of that bishop. Okay, green defending the promotion square. Now we're lined up on this diagonal. That looks pretty scary for green. What do you do if you're green? You might push a pawn. Might have to trade the queens. Can you just take this? Knight defends. I don't know, there's option. Whoa, that was not an option. That was not an option at all. Oh, maybe it is an option. Okay. And that would give a mate to blue. So red can't play that move. Okay. I guess it works out. Red is retreating. Putting his queen on a square where it can't be attacked. It looks like red is just shuffling, waiting for green to hang something. If they just repeat moves, that looks like a win for blue, who has the most points. So I don't know why red and green are repeating. They can't just hand the win to blue. Okay, green looking to push some pawns, maybe. That's the mate thread again. Or no, it's still not a mate threat because of this. And blue would get the mate. So blue is content to just allow red to blunder a mate. So if I'm red and I want to make progress, I might consider sacking a rook for a bishop and then promoting, or even promoting, trying to trade this off, although green might defend it. So it's tough. I think red is pretty turtled up, and it's really green that needs to set the action, as blue is content to just stall and have 50 move rule or repetition. What time is the next one? The next one is in 3 hours and 30 minutes. So this is bracket 3. Bracket 4 starts in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And it's entirely possible this bracket may still be going on when the next bracket starts. We'll see how it works out. So far, the matches have ended fairly quickly. We haven't had a situation where all 4 players win a game. But each game seems to take around an hour, so it's certainly possible for that to happen. So is blue gonna take care of this green threat? He is. And he'll probably go right back to home. Let red take care of this other pawn. Or red could promote. And he chooses this time to promote. So green could actually defend this. And he does. Green also attacking a pawn here. I wonder if, well, actually that wouldn't work. Green can take this one. Check would be interesting. If he doesn't check, then blue is kind of just disabled. Does he really want to give up the knight? Okay, he defends instead. Interesting. Although now his pawn falls. Blue retreats. Blue down to 4 pawns. Red down to 3 pawns. Green with only 1 pawn. Green has the 2 knights. Whoa. Is there mate? No, there's... Oh, that is a mate. Okay. Carlos Gabriel wins that one. So wait, what was... Oh, the bishop was defended. Okay. Yeah. So blue was Carlos Gabriel. He now has 1 point and has put the lobby in check. Because if he wins again, then he wins out. Yellow was Rojito. So yellow was eliminated first. Red was Night Love Raver. And green was Pro Master 2006. I think Night Love Raver did a pretty good job that game up until he fed the win to blue. There's some questions. Red? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, not a great idea there. And I guess they haven't started the next one yet. There might be a break. Let me go back to this one. Let's take a look real quick from the beginning. Now that we know who everyone was, this all makes sense. So this is a very odd move from Rojito. What is he worried about? He's worried about mate, I guess? It's not quite mate, but it looks pretty scary. So maybe that's why he hung his queen? Was there another way out of that? I mean, could he have come back? Check, check here. What's the follow-up? Oh, maybe here. Okay. So I guess he's worried about mate if red doesn't interrupt. Oh, also this bishop can come into play. That must be why he played this move. But it just hung everything. And yellow had everything eaten. It's odd that Rojito would put himself in that position. Did he expect another move from red early on? Not sure. Night Love Raver mates his opposite. So I think Nightlove Raver threw some pawns away here that when he didn't need to. But okay. He did end up getting in a pretty decent position in the end. A lot of shuffling going on. And eventually green sacked on red to weaken his structure. But red is still doing fine. Yeah, blue blundering that pawn. Pretty bad for blue. I thought the rematch has happened. Let me see how many more moves. Yeah, we're almost at the end, so let's just play through the rest of these moves, then we'll look at the next game. This is where mate was blundered. Okay, let's go check out the next match. Alright, let's rewind. And 3362 is insane. Yeah, there's a bunch of players over 3,000. I mean, when I say a bunch, not many, but they are that much better than their competitor, than the other players. Okay, so we have some team openings starting off. Red and yellow have active queens. Green and blue also have the potential for active queens. They have safe kings, more importantly. This knight says my pitiful 2100. My rating is quite pitiful as well. But I always learn a lot by watching these games. These guys are a lot more patient than I am. I need to learn more patience. So like I just hate the idea of shuffling when players shuffle for like 50 moves, waiting for other people to set the action. So these bishops are in tension. And red needs to do something about that, because if he doesn't, then the queen might get tempoed while the bishop gets taken. He's locking him down. This is a pretty good structure for blue. He likes the structure. So why did blue arrow span? Did he miss something? Maybe this was a miss, that they could have like gone for this somehow? I don't know. Didn't really seem like a miss. Well, now this is begging to be played. I mean, I guess you could take, maybe the rook is hanging. I don't know, but I just feel like if blue would help out in this move, this has to be good. Alright, blue is playing quieter, more patient moves. So green is air when a bishop trade. Don't really understand why he would want to do that. Oh, he's just gonna retreat. So red is developing, blocking some stuff off. Red still has the possibility of a good pawn structure. Probably wants to be in charge of this bishop. He can decide later which way to castle. Okay, what's the purpose of this move? Getting out of the way of something? I guess getting out of the way of some sort of attacking the queen, maybe? I don't know. So blue's arrowing some possible queen trades. I'll point out that red could exploit them. I'm trying to find another way. If green would ever do anything useful, if green would initiate the action against yellow, blue has all sorts of fun moves. But he really needs to wait until green wakes up and does something. Now this is just a trade. Wake up, green. Do something useful. I mean, he's retreated his stuff, so there's not much. Even taking this pawn would be good. Grab the pawn, then take this. This was just a free pawn. I don't understand green's play at all. Chess Knight says castling confuses you. Yeah, it's tough to know. Depends on the structure. There's just a lot of missed opportunities for green. And now green's probably gonna lose some pieces. Red, yellow are crushing, and it's not because they've been playing well. Red, yellow are crushing because green has missed a lot of opportunities. Yeah, there's a check on blue. And now if I'm red, do I just come in here? Try to disrupt the structure? Or you could even threaten to take the knight and let blue do something. But yeah, for sure I take this. The other possibility is to go for the queen, but I don't think it's fast enough. This is my move if I'm red. Interesting. Does he just want to trade with blue? I feel like there was much better. I mean, maybe yellow can exploit it, but I don't see a good way for yellow to exploit it. Yellow is just trying to keep green busy. Maybe he just retreats. I don't think you want to trade this queen. I don't like that move at all. It doesn't really help. Now you've removed like your biggest advantage. I guess red can safely castle with less queens on the board, but man, now red missed a huge opportunity. Not liking the play here. Okay, so we're tempoing the queen. If we're blue, yeah, we take the pawn for sure. I mean, the other possibility is, no, you can't move this knight because that could even be checkmate. What did... Oh, red took a green bishop, okay. So the point count is fairly even. 15 for red, 13 for blue, 11 for Yellow, 9 for green. J is not in the bracket. Um, so J meaning Radon. Radon did not play in this particular tournament. He didn't play in any of the arenas. As the arena qualifiers had a time control of 10 minutes with no increment. And oh yeah, blue is Aaron, a mate threat for green and blue. So Radon prefers to have increment or delay, but there's actual time to think in the game. After the qualifiers, they switched to this time control, 1 minute with a 7-second increment. So now you do have time to think. Radon will probably play in the new standard, even though he likes the old standard much better than new standard. Apparently, time control is more important. Okay, there's a pin. How are we going to save this? So this or this. The blue has a lot of threats. I don't think he'll sack his rook, but always a possibility. Maybe if green can get over here, then like this type of thing could happen. Okay, he's going to the center. Going to take this pawn here. Red maybe trying to lop off a few free pawns while they're busy. Really? Don't like that sack. I mean, I think green is laser focused on checkmate, but he can do it without losing pieces. Like, there's no need whatsoever to lose pieces. Okay, that commits blue. I think blue takes the mate, because it's even defended. So, why wouldn't you? If he wants to be a jerk, he could just win the rook. But if you're blue, I think you take the mate. So, green has made a lot of horrible life decisions. His position is in shambles. He sacked the bishop, he sacked the queen. He didn't even get the mate. I don't really understand any of green's moves. Like, all of his pieces are fallen. The red has a great position, by the way. Even though red is way down on points, red has all of his pawns, all of his pieces, just down one queen. So if I'm red, I might be thinking of something like this. He could also just back up his pawns and start pushing. Looks like he's going for king safety. He got a... okay, that's all defended. Okay, blue's plan is to get rid of this pawn and promote. Where's this guy going? I feel like... maybe you just try to win it. Seems like a trapped knight. Knight is trapped, yeah. You can afford to make bad life decisions when you're still alive. Yeah, that's fair. He did need to give up one of his beautiful pawns, but I think it's worth it. We can green more. If this knight ever moves, I think blue will come in and go after red. But he can't do that as long as this square is covered. Oh, that's a free rook. Green moving much too fast. Okay, I think blue is thinking about possibly mating green. Red is about to get very powerful though. At this point, blue would love to have a dark square bishop, but no such luck. Alright, blue is just going to stay snug. He's going to hope that green and red go against one another. Is green going to defend somehow? Okay, that's reasonable. I like it. Green could even sack some more, but he probably won't. Probably wants to keep his last queen. Yeah, and now this square is free. Like I said, as soon as this knight goes away, which it got away by being captured, blue coming in for this check threat. Yeah, that could even be not quite a mate threat, but still could be pretty good. 4Player Chess says Discord. I am in the Discord. I'm in the Streamers Lounge in commentary. I've been there. I've been there for this whole stream and no one has jumped in. But if you want to jump in, I'd love to have you. Feel free to jump in the call. Okay, so blue is hoping that red and green are going to keep each other busy. Green offering a queen trade with red. That is check. That's...
Speaking of someone jumping in.
Hey.
How's it going? Alright, what did I miss here? Is this the first game still?
No, this is the second game. The first game was won by Carlos.
Okay, gotcha. Do you have any predictions about who is who, or aren't we really sure?
I do not have any predictions, but I've been... I feel like green has hung some things. So I'm thinking green is one of the weaker chess players.
Gotcha, alright. Like hanging a rook.
Yeah, that's one example. Green also has been drawing arrows, as has blue. I haven't seen as much from red.
Okay.
That's a check. We could even take the knight. She's going for the queen. That's reasonable.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Take the bishop, I assume? Yep.
Yeah, let them trade with each other.
So, looks like blue is sitting well. 55 points, that's a lot. And they still have some passed pawns, too.
Yep. Green running out of pawns. And it's his,
yeah, no kidding.
It's his own damn fault.
Yeah, somehow red has like the safest king, I guess, but they're all kind of a little sketchy.
Yeah, very sketchy. Oh, so Jonas and Lost Chess think that green is Knight Love Raver.
Okay.
And Prof Blundermaster also, yeah, if you want to jump in commentary booth, more the merrier.
Exactly. Okay, so I don't see how anyone's going to stop blue or wants to stop blue.
Nope.
Maybe red wants to sack a rook for it, but that's a lot of commitment.
Yeah, none of them are gonna sack pieces.
Yeah, and I guess if you sack the rook, then you give blue even more points. Oh wow, yikes. Okay.
That's committal by green. This
Okay, so
this red bishop is pretty annoying for blue though.
yeah, for sure. Um, assume if you want to hurt blue, you have to go after their b6 pawn. So maybe red wants to double up on this, on the file against the blue b6 pawn. Something
Yeah,
like that.
if he ever comes down, then there could be back rank checks on him. That's what he's worried about.
I guess so, yeah.
Green offered some trades.
That is risky. I don't think blue will take, but
I don't think so either. And blue probably happy to see this red bishop move.
yeah.
No longer bearing down on him.
Maybe red wants their king on the second rank, but then they could get checked by blue's queen.
Yeah. I wonder if red will actually trade a rook for that 1-point queen. I think that one is plausible. As red.
I think they're scared of losing k1 rook.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I don't think that's even on Green's radar. Oh, he
no,
found
it
it. He found the move.
Okay, maybe they protect their rook with the bishop or something. Bishop h4, maybe. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah, there's blue has a
Okay.
possible check. Oh, whoa, blue just hangs the pawn for nothing.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, they're trying to go after red, I guess, but they forgot about a very important pawn.
Every pawn matters. Pawn lives matter.
That's right. Okay, yeah, red's gonna get sauced here a bit. They might lose some pieces. So maybe king d2. Never mind, they're gonna let the check happen. Technically, well, I guess the dark squared bishop is not protected.
Green is
But
safe.
green could gather that.
Green is safe from checks. So if blue checks, then I think green would take some of red stuff. Now he's no
Yeah.
longer safe from checks.
Yeah. I feel like blue should have just checked and maybe let
Yeah,
green gather some
blue should have
material.
checked and let green weaken red.
Yeah, because if red's gonna go after anyone, it has to be blue. So blue wants red weaker.
Yeah. I guess blue is arrowing some knight moves.
Yeah. Maybe they're just trying to figure out how they can shuffle safely.
So I think they're saying that Knight Love Raver is now one of the spectators. Okay, yeah, so if you click on the list of spectators, it shows Knight Love Raver as one of the spectators, which means he was
Oh,
the
it
one
does.
eliminated. So that's how you
Okay,
tell in
gotcha.
these semi-anonymous games.
Okay. And so blue sacks the queen. I don't hate that. 5 more points for them. What?
And
then
red doesn't even take.
Well, now blue just takes this e4 pawn, no? Or gathers the
Or he
green
can
queen.
gather the queen.
Yeah. Oh my, what is red doing? This is like throwing.
I think I would gather the queen.
Yeah, no, like you can. Oh no.
Oh, okay. He's going for mate, it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't work though.
I don't
It's a.
think so. Well, he's
Yeah,
trying
that
to
was
get his other rook in play, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're going for one of those quick things, but yeah, it doesn't work. Red has this.
Yeah, I think there's a missed opportunity there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I think rook a8 makes sense. But now green king just goes back to n5, and they're fine. At least for now. And yeah, blue lost their chance. They could have at least taken red's pawn. I guess they still could.
Yeah, this pawn is
But
still
yeah,
hanging.
now... Yeah. Now they have nothing for all that. A really dubious check.
Well, blue can go to m6 first.
Yes. In fact, I'm not sure why green allowed that to happen. They should have just gone king m5.
Right.
Okay, but surely, yeah, just queen m6 right now. It seems fine.
It's the obvious move.
Not like red has anything right now.
What is blue thinking about?
Yeah, I'm
He's
not
calculating. Sure. He's seeing ghosts. There's no mate unless he plays queen m5.
Oh,
whoa,
okay.
That's an awful move. He just opens himself up, gives green a chance to defend.
I mean, they were scared of the checkmate, but green should never take the checkmate. That's the thing. Or wait. Wait, maybe I'm doing the math wrong. Green got that checkmate, they'd be at 49. And then red could, like, not win. Is that the issue? I'd have to think about that a little bit more.
Oh,
but
is
maybe
blue
that
gonna
was the
time out?
problem.
Oh, okay. Now green has checks.
Oh, okay, so what? Okay, Ryan's saying that green would win with that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's my bad. I was missing that. And now blue's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, once you
Yeah.
push that pawn, bad things are gonna happen.
Now it's looking pretty decent for red.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So green's cleaning up shop a little bit.
Red has a check in his back pocket on green.
Yeah.
But he's
He
gonna
doesn't
develop
necessarily
first.
have to take it yet.
Nah. I think he should ideally wait until blue attacks the green queen.
Right. Yeah. Now the rook's unpinned. Pawn's protected. Yeah, I like that move by green. Keeps everything together somehow.
Yeah, I would have played rook j1 though, instead of retreating the bishop. But okay.
See, I think that's a waste of a check.
Maybe
but
he's playing rook i7 to threaten another check. Alright, he's threatening another
perhaps,
check with the
but-
bishop.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually rook e5 will happen. Yeah, now green shuts it down. I still like rook i7. Threaten a
Okay,
check on
yeah, that
green.
makes sense.
Now he has to worry about his bishop though.
Hold on, do we actually have the man himself, Jay, in the chat?
Oh,
Hey,
did
Dylan.
Discord?
Radon sneak in? Who left the door open? Hey Radon. How you doing?
Hello. Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well.
Is this
Have you been
the
following the
first or
game, Radon?
second game? No, I've just come on. I'm curious. Is this the first, second? What
This
game?
is the first game. I'm sorry, this is the second game.
Right?
The first game was won by Carlos.
Okay. Right, so they're in a must eliminate Carlos
Yes.
position right now.
Do you think they know who Carlos is? And do you know who Carlos is? Because I don't.
I need to have a quick look at the game.
And NLR, by the way, was also knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, I feel like NLR is very obviously yellow from the opening.
Whoa. Okay. Red hanging a bishop.
Yeah, so red's losing material.
Oh,
but blue
okay, but
finds
no, but
this.
there's a check threat by blue, so he might not even take it, and he doesn't.
Okay. I feel like it's worth taking the bishop because you can probably promote one of the green pawns, but a little risky perhaps.
Hazarding a guess, red looks like Rojito.
I haven't seen the opening either. Maybe I should review it myself. Looked Rojito-esque. Sure, I'm not familiar with how the other people open
So
up, to be
Blue-
honest.
can
Blue
red
might
play?
be Remaster
Can
and
red
green
play
co-op
bishop
gateway.
I3? Oh no, red's just pushing pawns.
Yeah, that's how I would guess it. I mean, I don't know. Blue has a lot of respect for their pawn structure as well, so up to
Yeah,
where
a
I
little
am
bit
anyway.
disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I guess red has to do some dirty work, yeah? Or what?
Can red just play bishop h2? Or what's stopping him? It looks like he's just pushing
True.
pawns, but
I guess he wants to push that guy. Okay. That's
okay,
another
the rook
opportunity.
is under threat now.
Okay, and with this rook on this file, the pawn is always going to be supported. So I guess that's red's goal.
So we're about to find out if liquid fire somehow flipped into this game. Someone seems to be taking
Like what?
the dead pieces for no reason.
It's just a generally useful move at this stage.
Okay, this greens might be able to check red.
Yeah, well, that's
And blue can exploit
that's
it.
the problem.
That's a huge problem.
A little bit oopsie.
Whoa, and he doesn't even take it. What?
He's scared of letting blue have so many points.
Okay, and now blue.
But red gets
I don't think
stronger.
that. I think he's more worried about.
I mean, this
defending
still
that
works
pawn
out for
doesn't
green.
really
Now he can
correct.
lop up bishop potentially. What were you saying, Radon?
I'm saying I think he was just more worried about protecting the M7 pawn.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
no.
that makes sense. Isn't that just going to be mate for blue?
Cube.
No, blue's in check. It's only mate. It's only mate if red blocks the wrong way.
I see. Okay.
But they didn't block the wrong way, so.
Okay. A little bit messy over here.
Wow,
That wins a rook.
it does.
No checks on green either.
It's looking great if you're green.
So red has at least respected the bishop pair. But
Not so they had
Bishops-
much choice, right?
yeah, no, but bishops aren't that great in these endgames.
So you're saying if it gets down to like the end game and all red has left is two bishops, then we're just going to assume it's cha-cha, or who would it be then?
Yeah, it would definitely have to be Chacha or myself. I was finding myself with a pair of bishops in like the last qualifier. It didn't do me too well.
Oh, I mean, if blue's really going for that, that seems like a surefire way to lose the game immediately.
Yeah.
Well, red
Blue's-
would have to initiate. If red, if red thinks that green is Carlos, then it would make sense for red to hand the win to blue. But otherwise, no.
Yeah, but I mean, red has a winnable position, so I
Okay.
don't know why red's thinking this stuff. Or whoever errored that, maybe it was blue.
I think blue is the one thinking about this.
Yeah, I would probably least like to be green in this position, to be honest. If I
Yeah.
had to pick.
Feels like you're flexible. Okay, I was gonna say, it gives me anxiety that both of red's bishops aren't protected, so that's a little bit better.
I'm about to say, give me anxiety if red played bishop d3. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wouldn't be a mate that he could take, but I wonder if he decides to keep the queen on the file and allow bishop c7 check.
Hmm.
I think
That
red
makes
could
sense.
play that, and then just obviously they're not going to take the rook.
Yeah. That could be a way. Okay, green's pushing now. All right.
Those arrows are I mean, yeah, okay, green is 100% not Rahito. So I
No,
think I'm sticking with that prior thing where it said green is Carlos, blue is Pro Master, and red Rahito.
Okay. For some reason I had it in my head Pro Master was like 2900, but I guess that's a different.
No, you're thinking of that. You're thinking of the correct one.
I was. So what happened to him?
Dunno. What happened to
Okay,
many things for PC related?
True enough.
They died a painful
alright.
death. What? No. Anyway.
Yeah, Chess Knight, Radon did join the party here.
Okay, so green's hanging more pawns.
Blue should definitely be aiming to get any repetition they can here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Why not?
red not interested.
Nope. Yeah, and red can't afford to be checking blue either.
This could
because
be a
then green
good,
maybe grabs a
good
rook.
fortress for red.
Yes, but
Yeah.
red doesn't have the point lead to make that worthwhile.
No,
unfortunately.
I mean just in the short term that he's going to be immune from checks.
Oh, I'm surprised by that. Check. I really think he should have pushed the pawn. Now he obviously just blocks with check. No? Really?
The bishop was great there. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs to make progress.
Yeah. Not sure why blue's pushing, but I guess it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, but yeah, now red has to like go back.
Oh!
What?
Whoa.
He can push
I guess he
another
really
pawn.
wants to make that progress, I guess. I think his king would really like to be on a light square instead of a dark square, though, because he can't bring the bishop back to block checks on e2 without hanging the pawn on f5.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do here? Do you say bishop m11 and just send it? Okay, yeah. Similar concept.
Yeah, same idea.
But I think is there ever a threat of a fork in this one? Not quite, because that pawn's still on k1. But I think, yeah, bishop m11 would have guaranteed that wouldn't happen.
No forks, yeah.
But you don't even lose the pawn because bishop covers. Okay.
I think again here I probably would have preferred just to play king e3 instead of moving the bishop. You're just creating a lot of holes.
Yeah.
Green is very obsessed with defending this pawn on m7. I don't think they should be, because they. Wow, he's asking for rook m8.
Is he gonna do it?
As in the point where it's like green could have just moved their queen onto the I file. And then if they ever took the pawn, they had a check with queen i7, forking the bishop and the king.
I think this is good for blue to protect. Oh wow, he's just gonna let the bishop fall. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's completely fine. I think it was very greedy play from red to try and get that to win. Now red has gone from. I think it was greedy from red to snag that pawn.
Yeah, a little bit pushing it. Yeah, so now you're just gonna have to send it if you're red. Yeah. Okay. As long as green's not hanging a mate anywhere, they're fine.
Yeah, green is safe from rook checks, safe from light squared bishop checks. So green just needs to lop up these
rook
pawns.
g2 forks rook m8, but You mean queen g2, fork, rook m8 is machine weapon. However, the downside is if you get rid of that blue rook, you basically just gave red free reign to push these pawns. I don't actually think green wants that rook off the board.
Yeah.
Because green would not win. Like if that turned into a 1v1, suppose blue just like resigned after their rook got taken. Green is not winning that. Well, they really shouldn't be winning that. The two bishops.
Does blue protect this pawn?
Pawns. Too strong.
Yeah, I think blue can let this one pawn hang and then keep the other one protected. Yeah.
So as this has gone on, I mean, this somehow has turned into a phenomenal position for green. I guess it all stems from that bishop takes pawn.
Right.
Yep. Chestnut is asking, does red have realistic chances?
No.
Yeah, I would say no, and even more emphatic no as soon as this pawn falls.
Oh, hold it. So green got a fork, but red can. Oh, wait a moment.
The rook falls.
A little bit. Oopsie.
The issue is it being a double check. I think yeah. So
red can promote, yeah, and then blue can push.
If I were green, I would not take this rook because that forces red into having a queen, and you don't want that to happen.
Interesting.
I think the wiser choice here would just be to okay. Now this pawn push, and now all of a sudden things become a lot more unclear.
Yes, but how else do you make progress if you're green, though?
You can try and the position of red's king. You might be able to find some zugzwangs that
Maybe
allow you to either pick up the pawn or somehow pick up the pawn of pick up blue's pawn with check, because there's certainly zugzwang that can be found there. Right. I mean, there's no way red is hanging that. Yeah.
They had a double. Okay, they have a double check. Might as well take it. Another double check.
If green can farm a few more of these, then can pass blue and just
yeah, and then it becomes very unclear. I mean, this is still problematic. Like I don't think red has still got a reasonable shot, and I still think it's between green and blue. But
yeah,
they are in a much better position than they were moments ago.
Yeah. Hey Santos. Oh, Chestnut says I read the comment 5 minutes after he says it. Sorry about that.
The tricky thing is that blue can just shuffle and wait.
So here's where
for
green
now,
is just
until there's more double checks.
You can tell green is you can immediately tell green is not ready to, right? Because they just miss a very obviously strong move. Right?
Which is what? What was the obviously strong move?
The obviously strong move is actually not an obviously strong move. No, it is. It is. No, I am right. Okay, cool. Yeah. They missed it. It's just queen c5 double check on 120.
120. Queen
Queen
c5
double check. It's just objectively the best move in this position. Rahito would never have missed this.
And blue can't take or he loses. So that's the idea. Okay.
But yeah, that's the point. So queen c5 double check.
Guess you could do it again here.
Yeah. He can.
I mean, this, what he may. So the question is how much he trusts his opponents to know that, and do they know who is out?
Sure, but I kind of at the same time, they really shouldn't be at this level. You'd expect them to be doing it. They know NLR is gone, right?
Okay.
That much they know. At least Rahito knows NLR is gone. As to whether ProMaster and Carlos know that is less certain because I think they're less familiar with the playing style.
Hey, don't do something like Queen E6. Just don't do that. Can't get too excited with the double checks.
Yes, Queen E6 would be problematic.
A little bit.
I mean, you just go Queen E9 check here.
Yeah.
Probably the most simple solution. This is what we get. Real question is how fancy does red one would be in a good play? But
Say that again. The question is what?
I was thinking how ridiculous did red feel, but they're not gonna go 2 balls to the wall and move their king in the more aggressive option, which would be d3 to start moving to like e4, f5. Interesting. That is very interesting.
I guess green was
allows
checks
promotion.
on red, so yeah. Okay, so red, what's
You
up?
can't
What are you
stop
gonna do,
the
man?
checks, right? So it doesn't matter that you go to I9 to block one particular check. There's still another check. Oh,
What?
very cute.
Wow. Okay.
So it's very simple. The only move is to play promote on H7.
Yeah.
And then green plays Queen I7 block. This should be seen.
Or not.
They don't.
What?
What?
Okay. This just is one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So you
Okay.
just stay on dark squares if you're blue.
Yeah, make a blockade and no progress can be made. Just put your king on like h4 if you're blue, and like green can't ever win. You can even actually, how does that work? I bet if you're blue, you can sack your queen for both the pawns, and that's a win for you. Or does it not count with the red bishop still in play? I'm not sure how that works. I think blue would actually win that because red won't be able to checkmate, and then just a 50 or something. Okay, so blue's just trying to collect pawns, but
Yeah, he's got to be
King's on a
careful
light
about
square.
the light squares, though. Okay, farming some double checks. Makes sense. That's another double check.
Yeah, that is.
And I think you can play
And-
King J5 here.
Yep, King J5 really doesn't threaten too much. I mean, because obviously Bishop G2 or
Yeah, but then the
Bishop
queen
D11
can
check.
take it.
Yeah, but Bishop D11 check the queen can't take.
yeah, blue is like
Martin makes a comment in chat which is not true. 125R literally read I renounce victory. That's not the case. It's just that somehow blue finds the only continuation. Blue just lets it happen and green decides to just take the queen. Really strange stuff. Really strange stuff.
a little bit sus. Okay, bishop's pin, but okay, I still don't know why you don't want to just like park your king on h4 if you're blue, and then just check green to eternity.
Yeah.
By the way, who's qualified so far? I'm assuming you know.
Jay Bolia and Richard.
What, Rashad Manko? Or
Yep, you actually qualified.
Oh god. Okay.
Yep.
Congrats to Damien, I guess.
So red could have thrown to green last move, but chose not to.
No, guys, you can still do it.
Well, not while he's pinned. When he's not pinned, he could play bishop h7, and green could push the pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue's, I think, making it harder than it has to be, but
He's making it way harder than it has to be.
Which again, it's still this really is solidifying that I'm pretty sure that the winner will be ProMaster as blue, because this is one of the shoddiest closes I've seen in a very. I mean, this is embarrassing.
I think blue finally figured it out. They're finally doing something with the king that's useful.
What? We take that pawn.
Or red was supposed to protect it, I guess. But okay, now king is separated from its pawn.
J3, he just misses L4. Red resigns, Rita resigns, Carlos. Gabriel is blue!
What? It
Wow!
was-
Okay,
Carlos?
so that's a win for Carlos. So that's win-win.
Well, that's it. That's it, right? He won the first game. too.
Yeah,
No, that's it.
What?
2-0.
Vamos, Nene, indeed.
Vamos, Nene XD.
And by the way, Radon, the second bracket was the most interesting because it had Jay Bulia, Icy Stun, and Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, right.
And the fourth person didn't show up, so there needed to be a substitute, and the substitute was kind of the weak link. But what I found interesting, and I'd like to hear your insight in this, is suppose you were Icy Stun and you're the defending champion. What bracket do you pick? Because Icy Stun, I think, chose the strongest bracket, which made it harder for him to get to the finals. But if he does get to the finals, then his competition is less strong because he's already eliminated the strong players. Do you think that was the move, or do you think that's not the move?
I think that probably is the move, because this is because of the prize format of the W4PC.
Yeah,
you
the
literally
winner
only get
gets
rewarded for
everything.
first place,
Yeah.
which is a very dubious prize setup, but it is the way it is. So for that reason, you should definitely be aiming to. But the problem is, if you think you have a really big lead or a skill lead, it would make sense not to take that. I would like to think that Icy is probably bank on the fact that he is very rusty. And he will know this. So if he has to pick as to which one to join, he would probably try and take the more high variance option, which is just a first to 2 wins format, than the low variance option, which would be the first to 3 wins finals. Right.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm sure Icy can agree or
Interesting.
disagree, but I'm pretty sure I would not peg him as a favorite in a final that included Rahito and Jose.
Yeah.
So I would, if I were Icy, I would take the higher variance route and try and eliminate them when there is more luck involved, than try and eliminate them when there's a little bit less luck involved. That makes sense.
Rohito says, "Kid only knows how to check randomly. You are too
Yeah.
stupid enough to not understand it."
I like that GS says that 125 green was dubious. I mean, it's losing, but. But wow, okay. Congrats to Carlos. Gabriel.
Unreal.
Yeah,
like-
congratulations.
That's like really anticlimactic.
I did have a talk with Rahita a couple times before coming up to these his bracket, and in his words, he was worried about this bracket because he wasn't sure how much idiot he'd have to play against. And I guess the answer was too much idiot. Um, so he was
A little
probably
bit too much
warranted.
idiots.
A little bit too much idiot, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
So you think Rojito would have fared better if he'd been in the Icy Stun bracket, replacing the weak link?
I honestly think he would have been much more favorited to win in that bracket than in this bracket.
Rojito is like somehow really good at the really high rated games, which is why he's 3,300.
Yeah, no, he's very good in it. It's also the problem is he's just going to be able to get out of the what I think it makes sense. He can get out of the 4-player stage always tends to be very favorable for him.
Right.
Like I just don't really see him getting out of the 4-player stage unfavorably. So which is probably the complete opposite of me, which is if I get out of the 4-player stage, I expect to win.
Especially with
but how often? But how often I get out of the 4-player stage is
So a lot of firsts and fourths, not many seconds and thirds for you.
Yes, exactly. I did look at that stat once. I think it was something like, I think it was like maybe 50-55% first, in like 2,800 plus, and then 15% second, third, and everything else was fourth. So it was very polarizing.
So green is asking 125 green. What should I do?
Well, not take.
And you suggested queen to I7, right?
Yeah.
And then blue should just promote
Queen
on H7.
Takes the check. Blue promotes on H7. Green probably plays K5. I know you should move away actually to move out the double check. Yeah.
Master says, "Say me a move."
I mean, any legal move except takes, I think, is okay.
Which is why red won't take your queen, genius. He's like, oh no, but if he does that, it wins for blue. Yeah, it does win for blue.
That's the point.
Right? Yeah, which is so it wins for red, which is exactly why blue never. Ah! Oh no, man.
Radon, we need you back. All of these games are full of Muppets.
Still Muppetry, man.
We need the king of Muppets to commentate.
I need to return them.
So my thing's in 2 hours 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm not going to stream for 2 hours 20 minutes, unless Radon wants to play some Bughouse, which seems unlikely. So I should probably look for someone to raid. What's that, Radon?
No, they're getting this thing like they're just King F6. Okay. By the way, this is also another reason I'm just done.
Yeah, even
interesting.
after the game is over, ProMaster still doesn't understand why his move was a bad move. When he has 5 people explaining it to him. So Liquid Fire says, you throw to the player with 0 wins and the match continues, or you throw to the player with 1 win and the match ends.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know who is who. Red made a mistake. I thought he is not 3,300.
But, I mean, everyone made a mistake somewhere. I'm not sure.
What? Why are you saying Bishop E4? Bishop e4. What? I'm so confused. He keeps mentioning bishop e4, but I really don't understand the relevance of this move. Like, you're assuming that blue promotes, and then you've got to. And even if you somehow trade off your bishop for their queen, you've still got to stop two connected pawns, which might be challenging if red is getting involved as well. Either way, worked out for Carlos Gabriel, who, if Rahito wasn't going to qualify, is definitely the next person to want to qualify. Yep.
That should be fun. And obviously, I'm rooting for Grafty Ben. Good luck to you in the next bracket.
Thank you. See if
Oh
we
wait, are
can
you
do-
playing in the next bracket, Dylan?
Yep.
Yes. And
who's in
who are
there
you?
with you?
Who are you playing against?
I'm with GS. Hold on, I should know this, I guess, probably. But
Are you with Jesse as well?
who is Jesse?
Icy.
God, what did you go by at the moment? Yeah, Icy.
No, I'm not with Icy. I don't.
Not Icy stuff.
I should know this. They're not on the leaderboard, so I'm not like familiar with their names, but I've played with them before. If I can find the messages, everything is. I was even looking at their games yesterday because I was like, I should probably know a little bit how they open.
Yeah, just know you're gonna get flagged. Just accept it. And this will be a
Well, there
much
is
more pleasant and shorter experience.
there is increment though, unlike the qualifiers.
My bad, it is 10-0. Yes. I mean 1-7, not
Yeah,
10-0.
it is 1-7. If it were 10-0, be a little bit problem.
It's a palatable time control. Not ideal, but certainly more palatable.
I don't think we've had a timeout, have we? As far as I know.
I guess not in the prelims that I can recall. We had quite a few in the
Yeah.
qualifiers.
Oh, here we go. So I'm with GS. I'm with S. Patrick and Blackfire.
Blackfire?
Blackfire is. I don't recognize him. Well, I
What?
know I've like played him, but
Who the hell is that?
I think he's kind of new, but I could be wrong. I could just be wrong. But he's like he's 2,500 or something. He's
Wait,
he
what's his name?
qualified.
How do I black? Is it like Liquid Fire? Blackfire.
It's XZ Blackfire is his username.
XZ Blackfire.
Yeah. And then S. Patrick is the other guy.
Oh yeah, I guess it's just some complete crap. All right, Dylan, if you don't win this, I mean, this has got to be by far the easiest bracket. Like, this should be a walk in the park.
But see, Jay, this is the problem. Like, I might actually do bad because, I don't know who I should depend on and stuff. Like, it could
Depend on no one.
Well, yeah.
Play it the way you farm 2,000 plus keys, you'll be fine.
There you go. Yes. All right. I'll remember those days.
Farmer Dylan is perfectly suited for this particular qualifying bracket. You don't have to worry. You're never going to be losing out the opening. It's impossible. They'd have to know any amount of teams whatsoever.
Well, but Jay, I'm concerned. If I'm blue or green, it could get really bad.
Well,
with
that
this old
wouldn't.
setup.
Well, that means they oh yeah, and because green and the new setup is so much more pleasant.
Yeah, I could get totally screwed in the opening. So I'm not giving myself any props here. If I get into a 3-player stage, I'll be happy.
Open super standards, yeah. Just classical, right? Don't make any sun moves and wait, and they're not gonna know how to actually attack it.
Yeah, I'll just outpatience them all. That's what I'll do.
Don't do the Sicilian. If I remember correctly, I think you quite like opening Sicilian. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I shouldn't do the Sicilian.
Yeah.
No one does the Sicilian, so I guess I
People
should.
do it, but you just it relies on having a very competent opposite,
Yeah.
or you get trashed.
Yeah, I'll just do the classic opening and Try and hold on.
Or you could do the the sort of like Caro like modern setup with the L6,
Oh, true.
L7,
Yeah,
which is like
something like
really
that.
solid, has some long-term downsides to it.
Yeah.
Well, now that I've leaked all of your prep, maybe we should end the stream and raid out. It looks like there is another 4-player chess stream going on, although it seems mostly about music and catching Pokemon. But we have limited options, so we will do that for now.
Alright, take care, guys.
Yeah, thanks guys for joining in the commentary. And I will. We look forward to watching your game in what is this? An hour or no, 2 hours and 10 minutes.
2 hours ish. Yep. All right. Take care, guys. Thanks.
Take care. Bye. Thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll be back in 2 hours and 10 minutes for bracket number 4. Bye guys.